I've got to say, Game Pass has really got our summer gaming sessions sorted with some great new additions, including something that's perfect for this summer of sport. So why don't we check them out, Bex?
Let's do it. So Square Enix really hit us with a delightful 1-2 punch, not only shadow dropping Octopath Traveler 2 onto Xbox consoles for the first time and making it immediately available on Game Pass, but chucking the original game onto for some good measure.
Love it. It's good to have both games. I mean,
two better good than one.
Two better good than one, yeah. And these are both fantastic fantasy RPGs that see 8 characters with very diverse skill sets and personalities that get drawn together from across the world to complete a vital quest. It's sort of a bit like Ocean's 8, I guess, but a bit more magic and a bit less Anne Hathaway.
Between the two of them, the Octopath Traveler games boast some 200 odd hours of questing fun, so seeing as there's a big lack of sun going on with this summer, might as well get them downloaded.
Let's say that you fancy a bit more of an alpine getaway this summer and you don't exactly mind being shot at by the occasional fascist. Well, Isonzo might just be the game for you. Bear with us.
So this realistic FPS is set during the First World War and has players duking it out in an intense, highly tactical 48-player battles.
You have to learn to use the mountains to your advantage. That is so key if you want to be victorious, as will mastering the arsenal of historically accurate weaponry that's at your disposal, which I know is really important for players and fans of this kind of genre.
Do you know, in fact, everything from the maps to the uniforms have actually been made as accurate as possible. So my history buffs out there will be in your element, as will people who just love a good shooter.
Surprise, surprise, some terrible, messy things are happening out in space again, thanks to Dead Space creator Glenn Schofield's latest creation, the Callisto Protocol.
Good one, Glenn.
There's always the Glens out there in the world, isn't it?
This third-person horror game puts you in the unfortunate shoes of a man who has been sent to a maximum security prison on a dead moon right as a bunch of nightmarish creatures suddenly attack.
I don't mean to split hairs, but I mean, if he's being sent to a prison, should I feel bad for him? I'll admit that's probably not a great situation though, but it does give you the chance to try out the game's unique gravity-based weaponry, which you can use to pulverize your enemies up close and at range, so pretty fun.
It's got ray tracing and 60 FPS frame rates on the Xbox Series X, so you're in for some truly glorious looking gore.
Even the audio sounds great, so it's maybe the squelchiest game on Game Pass right now. Well, considering the setting of this next game, I think there's nobody better placed on the team to talk about Still Wakes the Deep than me. So on the 18th of June, Game Pass members are going to head up to Scotland for another day one release, although, be warned, the weather's looking a bit brisk. No surprises there.
Still Wakes the Deep takes place on a Scottish oil rig during an almighty storm in the middle of the North Sea. With all lines of communication cut, this first-person horror game has you trying to find your crew and figure out an escape plan before you're taken out by the wind, the water, or whatever the hell that thing creeping around in the shadows is.
Don't want to know. The tension really gets ramped up here though, because there's no weapons or combat in the game. To survive, you're just going to have to rely solely on your wits and your nerves. Or just blind good luck, I guess.
Good luck.
Maybe pack some spare underwear.
Oh, we've been treated to a right summer of football with the Euros, and you can play along to the whole thing with EA Sports FC24 coming to Game Pass.
Not only does EA's latest sports sim now feature the European Championships, but it also comes with all of the other game modes that you know and love, from manager modes in Career to Ultimate Team, Volta, everything. You can test your tactical prowess to all the card-based fun of Ultimate Team, so lots to have there.
Naturally, there's both local and online multiplayer options, so you and your mates can compete for footballing dominance no matter where you're spending your summer. Just remember, there's no VAR in your living room, so try to keep the serious fouls to a minimum, okay?
Fair enough. Me? Wow. I don't think they'll mind me saying this, but the desert town of Sandrock has definitely seen better days. The buildings are crumbling, the people are strolling around with all kinds of personal problems, and there are far, far more monster attacks each week than you would really prefer.
Fortunately, you're here to fix all that. My Time at Sandrock is an open world game that lets you get stuck into every aspect of town life. Build things in your workshop to make the place beautiful again, build relationships with the locals to restore the community, and build weapons to go thwart those pesky monsters with.
My Time at Sandrock is going to hit Game Pass very soon, but in the meantime, members can keep their hands busy with the very first game, My Time at Porsche, which is available right now.
It's your time.
At Porsche.
Nice.
Then Sandrock. Then up to you.
Where to next? Henry, you wait all day for a SteamWorld Dig game to arrive and then two come along at once. Typical. Both of these Metroidvania-style mining adventures are coming to Game Pass. That means there will be 2 whole games worth of tunnels to explore, puzzles to solve, treasures to find, and sticks of dynamite to set off.
Yeah, but more importantly, it means that 2 whole games where you get to hang out with a bunch of steampunk robot cowboys, which are the 3 words that every person secretly wants to hear.
And these 2 games go just great with the latest entry in the franchise, SteamWorld Build, which puts a city building spin on things and which came day 1 to Game Pass last year.
Steamy. Very shortly, we're going to be jetting off to a whole new world in Keplerth. Might be saying that wrong.
Keplerth.
Looks really cool though. It's a 2-dimensional RPG that is anything but shallow, giving players loads of choice about how they want to survive on a hostile alien planet.
You start off by designing your own character using gene modification to get them exactly the way that you want them, before choosing from hundreds of potential weapon combinations to craft your own personalized fighting style. While the game's randomly generated dungeons will give you plenty of opportunities to try out those combat skills, there's also loads of other stuff to do like growing crops, raising animals, and generally trying to live the good life out there on that strange 2D planet.
What genes are you going with? Boot cut for me. He's back. The legendary Man in Tights returns. Yeah, with Robin Hood Sherwood Builders set to hit Game Pass really soon.
Nice. This is a base building RPG and you'll get to steal from the rich and give to the poor as you slowly build a new community out in the forest.
Yeah, by hunting, crafting and taking advantage of the odd 5-finger discount, you'll slowly expand your base while recruiting more rebels and refugees to your cause. And when the time is right and you've got enough merry men at your back, it's going to be time to take the fight right to that sheriff's front door and kill him. Maybe, I don't know.
Will you be extending your summer holidays to spend more time with one of these titles?
I probably will, but I'd love to hear about what you guys are going to do in the comments, so drop them down there. And we'll see you next time. Bye!